Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Marcus Speaks. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live. I'm your host, Marcus, and we are going to have some fun here tonight, people. Please, if you could, just for a couple seconds, please listen to me as I go through some promotions. Then we'll get into the show. If you're new here, please do me a favor, like this video. I don't even have that slide. I'm sorry. Please have that what was I saying? Please wait until I go over some promotions. Okay, if you could, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here. To help me out a great deal. I'm trying to do something here. I'm trying to tell you guys best way possible what I would like. So this is what I've been saying over the past couple weeks. I have gotten some, but I need more. I needed more from you guys. You guys who watch can help. Now, that thing is, I'd like to have 100 subscribers by Wednesday, which is the end of the month. That's basically just five people. So if you guys can spread the word and tell those 5 people, hey, come on over. And hopefully there's more, because by the end of next month, which is the end of the year, I'd like to have 50 more subscribers after the 5 people. So I need 55 people from now until, well, I need 5 until the end of this month. I need 50, but 55 in all until the end of next month. I'd like to have 150 subscribers before the year is done. That'll basically have me reach my goal. Within next year, every month, I have a new goal that I want to set. So this is for you. Please help your fellow YouTuber by getting this out, getting the word out. All right. Now, please do not be shy. Write in the comment section. I will be reading and posting your comments on the screen. But just don't make it disrespectful, and don't make it to where it'll have me derail the show to answer or talk to you sternly. So that's all I ask. Also, if you could do me one favor, in the description box, you'll see 2 channel links. One channel link is for this here YouTube channel, Marcus Speaks. The second is my gaming channel, Marcus Speaks Play. I do Marcus Speaks Play every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you're interested in watching someone play some video games, hey, I'm the guy. Right now, I'm playing God of War Ragnarok. I had a 4.5 hour stream last night. You guys can go and check that out. But I also have a whole playlist worth of stuff that I'm doing when I stream. So there's 3 videos sitting there. I've only reached 3 parts within the series that I'm doing. Hopefully, I can have it done probably at the beginning of next month. So I can move on, because I would like to play Gotham Knights with you guys. I know the game's probably old to you guys, but hey, I like the Gotham. Also, if you would like to come up here and talk to me, you can. There is a link in the live chat. You guys can hit that, and I have it in the chat to where if you're reading, there's some instructions that you have to follow, some rules. All right? Those rules are, please, if you want to hit that link, you have to be on camera at all times, because here in the state of Maryland, I have to let you guys know that I'm recording. All right, but not only that, it's Maryland. I don't know where you reside, but I'm doing my show here in Maryland. I have to let you guys know that I'm doing this stuff. Also, please, if you don't want to be on camera, that is fine. You still have to be on camera here on the backstage. There will be a question back here. Do not make it a comment. There will be a question back here that you guys have to answer. So to let me know what you want to do. All right. So with that being said, there's only one more rule left. Please, if you could, be in a nice secluded spot, make it quiet as possible. Trying to run at least a semi professional show here. So if you guys could help me out with whatever noise you got in the background, if you have me on in the background, either on your TV, your phone, your tablet, iPad, whatever, please turn me off or turn me down. And if you do come back here, please stay silent until I reach you. All right. Due to, because I've been reading some things with the streaming thing I use, with the link, only 4 people, only 4 people can be back here at all times. I don't know if that includes the host or just 4 guests in all. So I can only have 4 people back here. So if people want to come back here all at once, that's fine. But just know, to everyone who's viewing who does want to get back here, I can only have 4 people be back here at all times. So that is that. And just one more thing that I have for you guys. Please, if you could, like this video, share this video, and subscribe. All right, please subscribe, baby, subscribe. Anyway, so that reaches the end of the show. So if you guys have ever watched my show, you will know that when I do my show, I have videos that I like to play. It's not because I don't have anything to say. I have a lot to say. It's just when I do my show, I have videos that go along with the points of what I make during my show. It's to further my points as well, to get you to better understand what I'm saying. So, with that being said, in order to do that, not only do I have to follow not only the YouTube guidelines and policies, I also have to follow the law, of which it states, well, right here. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right. So now you guys know what fair use is. Okay, one more thing before we start. I got a lot going on tonight. Like I said, I will be reading you guys' comments. I started a little bit on time. But anyway, be that as it may, the way I structure my show, there's not a lot of people here now, so I do a pre-show. You know what I'm saying? I do a nice little pre-show. I try to make it at least 40 minutes, but whatever. But I might run over, but who cares? Because you guys are here, you're locked in. You know what I'm saying? I got you here. Just pay attention. You'll get what I'm saying. And as people come in, y'all can start the conversation with them or catch them up on some things. So this is how I want to structure it, because this is how I want to structure it in my chapters that I'll be posting on the video, to where you can skip the sections as fast as possible. So tonight's show is, the pre-show will consist of 3 topics that I have. They're short topics, but you'll understand where I'm going with them. And then with those pre-show topics, I have the passing of the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank. Second is some more stuff on Kyrie Irving and Kanye West. This whole thing that's been going on with them. And with tonight's main show topic, I have Republicans will investigate Biden for impeachment. So that is tonight's show. That is the overview of those shows. Hopefully, well, I'll do another overview of you guys for the main topic, but the pre-show overview is this: Jason David Frank, Kyrie Irving, and Kanye West. So those are the three topics. So let's get into them. Well, before that, I have some banter. So, how was your holidays? Did you guys get everything or eat everything that you wanted? I'm talking as if it's Christmas already, because it's coming. Because you know how these department stores like to be, they put out Christmas stuff during Halloween, so whatever. But hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Hope you guys were safe during Black Friday. I don't know how Black Friday is nowadays. I don't know if it's more online based now or people still go to the stores and get things. I have no idea. I've never been out during a Black Friday in my life. I probably never will. Excuse me, because it's frivolous. It's frivolous spending for the Christmas holiday. I like to educate on this channel, so if anybody who is sitting there who didn't graduate high school, college, or anything, now's your time to go. Now, so with that, what's up, Big BD? We got my homeboy Big Dicky in the house. He's been a regular for what, 2-3 weeks now? So BD pops in on all my streams, says what's up, what's happening, man. So yeah, so if you guys don't know anything about this whole Black Friday thing, this is what Black Friday is. During the year, various companies have it to where their earnings are in the red mostly all year. Because you have, if you don't know, you have a fiscal year, then you have an end of the year review in every company. I go through this with the company that I work for. They go through, well, they basically go by monthly what we've made, but usually they tell us every month or every other month of how sales were. But anyway, with department stores such as your Walmart, Best Buys, these types of stores and various other stores that you'll see in the mall, most of those stores are running in the red. So this is what happens. They created a little holiday after Thanksgiving, after you done stuffed yourself silly with food. They have it to where they have a Black Friday sale. Now, who knows what being in the red, the black, and the green means when it comes to finances or financial reports and stuff like that. Red means that you're in the negative. You're operating in the negative. The black, when you're operating in the black, that means that you're up to date. Everyone knows what's going on, what the big deal is. Your earnings have finally came in. And then when you're operating in the green, that means you've over... what's the word that they use at work? That they over projected what their usual projection would have been, or what their projection would have been for either that quarter or that year. So, if you guys also don't know, in business, they operate by quarter. So you have the first quarter of the year, which is January, February, March. Then you have usually the fiscal year usually fits in between end of March, if not end of April to May. I believe the fiscal year ends maybe like March or so. So anyway, so then you have your second quarter, which is April, May, June. Then you have your third quarter, July, August, September. Then your last quarter is October, November, December. So this is when you guys go shopping, this is when they start operating in the black. But this is one thing that you guys have to know. when you're buying your televisions, your appliances and stuff like that when it comes to your house and stuff, because everybody buys a new TV during Black Friday. This is one thing that you guys have to know, and this is where they're cheating you when it comes to you buying those TVs. So through the year, they make the same TV, right? But it's a certain time where they make the TV differently. This is how they make it differently. They use cheaper parts to make the television, but then when you buy it at the store, they say, yeah, they marked it down like what, 50 to 60%. It's really not. It's really not. That's usually the original price of what it usually would be when you buy a TV. Let's say you go and buy a TV June 26th of next year, right? Well, just to let you know, the TV has been marked up because the company wants to make some money off of that television. So when you buy the television, let's say when they have it out at Walmart for what, $600, usually they would sell that TV for at least like $930. Maybe they have to mark it up because they want to make a profit off of it. So there's your little education on Black Friday. It's all for the companies that operate in the black towards the end of the year because it looks good on their books and all that other stuff. And I think I'll get into Thanksgiving probably another year because it's a whole bunch of bullshit when it comes to that. But be that as it may, let's get into the show. I have to pause the music for this because I was talking to my best friend. It was after I got off work early, Wednesday night or whatever. I've received the news about this Sunday. I just was sitting on it. So I was born 1988, so I'm 34 years old. August 27th of 1993, a phenomenal show which basically is a phenomenon to kids who are a year to 2 years older than me, up until maybe I would say maybe 6 to 7 years younger than me. There there was a tragedy that happened over the weekend last week. So this man I hold near and dear to my heart because he's close to my childhood, just like the guy that I named last week, Kevin Conroy. This guy, he played not only the Green Ranger in Power Rangers, he played the White Ranger, he played the Red Zeo and Turbo Ranger. And then what? It was like 10 years later or so, if not some time, 7 years or so, that had passed by. And he came back, reprised his role. They updated it a little bit that would fit his age. Instead of him being Thomas Oliver, he became Doctor Tommy Oliver from Power Rangers. So I wanna I wanna give him, what do I want to give him for being such a great person that he was? I guess I'll give him several DJ horns. I thank you for basically reading over your script, and then when you would meet kids, you made them feel as though that they were also Power Rangers themselves. So as the big kid that I am tonight, that I will be while reading this story, I thank you for that, man. Because you helped me get through my childhood by donning those colorful uniforms that you and the rest of the cast did. I don't want to cry, but to be honest, man, like I feel as though that my childhood is dying now because Kevin Conroy, he died the weekend before Jason David Frank did. And, Kevin Conroy, he voiced Bruce Wayne in Batman on the Batman animated series for several years. I watched that show heavily as well. And, that was one of my favorite shows. But my most favorite show growing up was Power Rangers. Because, I always liked martial arts when I was growing up. My mom saw, and I talked about this, last week? Where I said Power Rangers came out. My mom put it on for me. I watched it. I loved the show. I wanted every toy. So I just want to thank this dude because not only did you do the show, you were in 2 movies as well that I went and got my mom out of her room and told her I want to go and see the Power Rangers movie. I want to go and see the Power Rangers Turbo movie. I got to see both movies. I loved both movies, even though people deem Power Rangers Turbo movie a flop. But look, it was the greatest thing ever to me when I was little. So, um, I don't know, man. Like I kind of went through it a little bit. Like I was in my emotions. Shit. Since I heard Kevin Conroy died, I was like, damn, man. Like, why? Like, it's tough. Like, it's other Power Rangers have died over the years. I know this. But when one dies from your childhood, the thing is, I kind of took it hard when Tweed Trung died as well. She played the Yellow Ranger. And that was way back in 2000 and something when I found that out that she died. I kind of took it hard cuz she was a part of my childhood. Several other Rangers from other series have died. I don't know their names. Some of them, either went through tough legal issues and stuff like that. Like, it's not, I would say it's not easy. I don't know what type of uh thing that they're under. Like what sort of, I don't know if they're a part of like the SAG or whatever organizations or whatever when they do those shows, but most of these people who play these Power Rangers, that's usually their only roles, or they've been a child actor for so long and then they get these, they're a child actor with bit roles, and then they get, a show like Power Rangers, and then they do Power Rangers for a couple years, and then it's off to, not too many not too many people who have acted in Power Rangers have gone on to do other things. Like, it's only a handful of them, and they're so what's the word I'm looking for? They're so obscure that you would never know that they played a Power Ranger. So again, I'd like to say thank you, Jason David Frank, for being the man that you was and inspiring all. And with that, I give you a round of applause in the DJ Hall. Had to talk myself through them tears, man. Them tears was about to roll. But anyway, I do have an article, but I do want to play this first. A tribute. Hold on. Yeah, I had it. I'm sorry. A tribute to Jason David Frank. Hold on. All the things that I was doing, I didn't do these key things that I needed to do before starting the show. So let me get these out the way first. All right. Now we can see the tribute.
It's not just the cosmic power that gives me strength. But it's who and what I am inside that really empowers me. I'm a Power Ranger to the end. It was great being a Ranger, Zordon. You'll always be with me. We'll see each other again soon. Your friend, Tommy.
Man. Whew. I don't, I'm still fighting tears, man. Man, a lot of those clips brought back memories, man. Sitting there in front of my TV and watching the show. A lot of those clips brought back memories. As I still fight back tears, let's play this music. Let's get live in here. All right, so I'll read the article. I have some other information as well that has to do with this. So please stay locked. So let me show this picture because I know you guys want to see that. So, Jason David Frank, who played the Green Ranger and later the White Ranger on the popular 90s children's television show The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, died on Saturday, which was, November 19th, 2022. He was 49 years old. Justine Hunt, his manager, confirmed his death. Ms. Hunt did not give a cause of death or say where Mr. Frank died. Now, this is the extra information that I had. So, here it goes. The cause of death was suicide due to JDF experiencing some mental health issues, allegedly due to his wife filing for divorce. TMZ reports that Frank and his wife Tammy was in the middle of a divorce. The two checked into separate rooms at a Texas hotel on Friday, which I believe was the 18th. Over the course of the evening, they got into multiple arguments. At one point, hotel staff were forced to intervene and calm things down. Police were called to the hotel around 5 a.m. local time on Saturday when Tammy became concerned for Frank's well-being. Officers discovered Frank's body hanging in the bedroom. The exact cause of death is still under investigation. So, in a statement, she asked for. So, Miss Hunt, in a statement, she asked for respect for the privacy of his family, but TMZ already spilled the fucking beans. That's the reason why I got it. I got that information. So, in a statement, she asked for respect for the privacy of his family and friends during this horrible time, but declined to comment further. Information about survivors were not immediately available. The campy Mighty Morphin Power Rangers featured 6 teenage high school students in color-coded costumes who transformed into superheroes to defend Earth against evil aliens. They were implored to go Power Rangers in the theme song, which was seared into the memory of many tweens of the time. Mr. Frank was intended to be in only 10 episodes of the original show as the Green Ranger, a bad boy turned good, but he later came back as the White Ranger, and then other characters in reboots of the show. He played the same character, Tommy Oliver, in 6 different iterations of Power Rangers franchise. According to the movie website IMDb, Mr. Frank's character appeared in more than 200 episodes of the franchise, more than any other Power Ranger. Mr. Frank also starred in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, in 1995, and Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, in 1997. The original series was a pop culture force. It debuted in August 1993, but the exact date is August 27th, 1993. And by December 1994, the Power Rangers' share of the market for action figures had jumped to 40% from 4%. Sales of the product line neared $1 billion for the year. I was part of that billion, so let's keep going. By comparison, sales of Cabbage Patch Dolls, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures, which I had myself, and other popular toys of the era topped out at 550 million and 450 million. Mr. Frank used his martial arts skills on and off the show. In 1994, he developed his own martial arts system called, I don't know if the T is silent like it is but I'll pronounce it. So it's Tuso Kundo, which means way of the fighting fist. According to IMDb, the style of fighting, which is based on the teachings of Bruce Lee, Ed Parker, and other martial arts, is practiced at a school that was owned by Mr. Frank called Rising Sun Karate, which locals in Texas and California. With locals in Texas and California, which I believe I read in one article he had several dojos, I believe, in Texas and in California proper. So what I'm about to present again is some videos of some I shouldn't say old Rangers, past Rangers who basically worked directly with him. So what I have coming up is Amy Jo Johnson, who played the Pink Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I have I was about to say his character's name, Austin St. John, which played the Red Ranger. So here we go. Let's get those queued up. Let's go.
Just thinking about Jason a lot, and I hope you guys are okay.
Amy Jo Johnson is grieving the loss of her friend and co-star Jason David Frank. On November 20th, a rep for Jason confirmed to multiple outlets that the actor, best known for his role as the original Green Ranger Tommy Oliver on the 90s series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, died at age 49. His cause of death was not made public. Taking to Instagram on November 21st, Amy, who played Kimberly Hart, the original Pink Power Ranger, shares an emotional message to fans.
I know how much you all meant to him. And it's just so sad today. Just really sad.
In the tearful 17-minute video, Amy also performs music for Jason, who she says always enjoyed her singing, plus speaks directly to those who may be struggling with their mental health.
I hope anybody out there who's feeling depressed and sad or lost or like there's no other way, just know that there is, and please reach out for help. And it's not the way.
Following the news of Jason's passing, Amy previously shared a throwback selfie captioned, "Jace, you were beautiful and truly unique. My life just won't be the same without your frenetic, hilarious, caring, driven, and creative ball of energy. I will always love you, dear friend. Please rest now in peace." Jason is survived by 4 children.
All right, so the next video I have coming up is of his I shouldn't say old. His past co-star, the Red Ranger, who Austin St. John, who played Jason Lee Scott. So let's get into that. Wrong button.
Hey everybody. Man, where to start? Where to start? Look, it is. It's no secret there was. There's no secret that Jason Frank and I were not beer drinking buddies, for sure. But yesterday, for those of you who may not know, Jason Frank is he's gone. Yesterday he died, and yesterday, more important than that, a man died, a father died, a husband died, and there's no easy way to feel those emotions. I lost my father in January, so I have some semblance of understanding for what his family must be going through right now. And I don't have a whole lot. I'm not going to go on and on. I just I hope he rests in peace, and my prayers and my thoughts go out to his family. And once a Ranger, always a Ranger, brother. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger. Much love.
So if you guys don't know the beef between those two, I believe it started, I can't remember when it started, but those two have been on the up and down for a while. But by Austin being a bigger man, not allowing the shit to, drive him to say anything, crazy. He swallowed his pride on it, and he said what he said there in the video. But you guys have to take this in account as well. If you're upset at somebody, if you have an issue with somebody that you either work with, close to, don't let those feelings follow either you or someone else into the grave. Make sure you try to make amends of some sort before either you are off of this planet. And with that, I give Austin St. John, being a bigger man in the situation, I give him not only a DJ horn, but one of Flex's bombs as well. All right, do you guys want to get into some things that aren't as, down like that? Here we go. So, hope you guys have been paying attention to this whole Kyrie thing, right? I've covered this Kyrie thing ad nauseum, probably for the past 3 weeks now. So I don't have like a big story this time, but good thing, Kyrie has returned back to the NBA, and from what I understand, some reporters were trying to get him to say some shit about something that has nothing to do with what he was trying to get over. So allow me to set some things up as we go, but I will talk to you guys. So, Kyrie has returned back to the NBA, thank God. And when that happened, when he did, this happened. That is a black Hebrew Israelite faction. I believe they come from Georgia, if not New York, called the what are their names? I believe the next video has their names, but I think it's like IUIC or something like that. I believe. I'm not sure, but these men came to the Barclays Center and they created a perimeter around the was it the Barclays Center? I believe they were chanting something in this. So let me see if I turned the sound off. All right, I did. So this is what they were chanting during the their walk to the Barclays Center. All right. So not only that, you can see them here. I think I have one more. No, that's Kanye. Here we go. So, if I can make out what this person said, it says they outside Barclays for Kyrie, fire. Also says like it's mad of them. The decision is unreal because it's back something out. When Walden, I don't know what the hell she is, but yeah, that was everything that was going on. Um, with this whole Kyrie thing. Uh, let's see. I believe I may have more, or if not, no, that's from last week. I believe it's from last week. Nobody ask you anything, Siri. Yeah. Some of this stuff is old. So some of this stuff I already covered. So let me get this stuff out of my bookmarks. And then I will read I will let you see the video of some reporters trying to derail Kyrie Irving again for no damn reason because they feel as though that it was up to them to ask him these questions. So damn, I got a lot of shit on here. All right, now I said I would keep that. So I don't need these anymore. All right, so. All right, so I have this video here queued up because it's to show you that, even though Kyrie has done, if he did do his 6 things that he had to do, he apologized, he paid the money that he had to pay, which was $500,000 of his own money. Now this is going on. Well, this happened, I should say, that these reporters at the post-game interview wanted to ask him some disrespectful ass comments about those men. So here we go.
Kyrie, how did it feel getting out there for the first time since the last time you were out there?
Felt good. Just miss my teammates, miss the coaching staff. Just getting prepared with them in the morning or in the rising, and then carrying over to the game. Felt good.
What do you think, I guess, is going to take for you guys to catch your stride as a unit and build that chemistry that you guys need to get?
Just trust what Jock has going on in terms of leading our coaching staff. And then us as players, just going out there and having fun, not putting too much pressure on ourselves. But it felt good to get this game out of the way, and now we can move forward with the rest of the season.
Did you ever have any fears, doubts, whatever, that you would never get this chance that you guys wouldn't be able to work through this and get you back here to playing for the Nets again?
Never had a doubt.
Hey, Kyrie. There was a group of about 100 people outside wearing the shirt of a group called Israel United in Christ, a group labeled as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. They were outside in support of you and handing out anti-Semitic literature on the plaza, people walking by. And I was wondering if I can get your reaction to that.
I didn't see it. What happened? There was a group outside?
There was a group outside, 100, possibly more. They were wearing a shirt called Israel United in Christ.
It was thousands. Can we say that all together? It was thousands of them.
They're a group labeled as a hate group by the
I think that's a conversation for another day. I'm just here to focus on the game.
Kyrie, but you've said this whole time that you didn't know what kind of what kind of voice you had, but if these are the people that are out here in your name, do you feel like that's a consequence of what you've done?
Again, I'm just here to focus on the game.
Just wondering what you've seen from Ben in terms of his progression from when you were last on the court to now.
He's just playing with a lot more confidence. I was joking with some of the guys in the locker room. It's good to see us in shape where we're not huffing and puffing after 5 straight possessions on the offensive end and defensive end. And they just started laughing, because we know in the beginning of the season we weren't in the best shape possible. So we had to work our way into it, guys coming back from injury. So it feels good when you could just flow into the game and just let it come to you and then make your impact by trusting the execution and the game plan.
I guess we're on your condition at all.
All right, so basically those 2 reporters, which I believe those were the same 2 reporters who derailed him the last time about his posts on Twitter. So let's get into this article. So, but before we do that, let's bring up a friend of the podcast, well, future friend of the podcast, Kyrie Irving. Now, it says Kyrie Irving returned to the Brooklyn Nets on Sunday and apologized to anyone who felt threatened or hurt when he posted a link to a documentary with anti-Semitic material, whatever that means. Irving was suspended by the team on November 3rd, hours after he refused to say that he had no anti-Semitic beliefs. When meeting with reporters at the Nets' practice facility. Back at the building for the team's morning shoot-around, Irving said he should have handled the interview.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law.
That Irving, let's see, back in blah, 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 blah. Irving said that he should have handled the interview differently. Kyrie's speech before the game started was this. So I don't have that video, but I do have the transcript. So this is what he said. I don't stand for anything close to hate speech or anti-Semitism or anything that is going against the human race, Irving said. I feel like we all should have an opportunity to speak for ourselves when things are assumed about us, and I feel it was necessary for me to stand in this place and take accountability for my actions, because there was a way I should have handled all this, and and as I look back and reflect when I had the opportunity to offer my deep regrets to anyone that felt threatened or felt hurt by what I posted. That wasn't my intent at all. I was rightfully defensive that there was an assumption that I could be anti-Semitic, or that I meant to post a documentary to stand side by side with all the views in the documentary, Irvin said, adding, "How can you call someone an anti-Semite if you don't know them?" Question mark. I meant no harm to any person, to any group of people, and yeah, this is a big moment for me because I'm able to learn throughout this process that the power of my voice is very strong. The influence that I have within my community is very strong, and I want to be responsible for what responsible for that, Irving said. So at the end, he says, in order to do that, you have to admit when you're wrong, and in instance where you hurt people, it impacts them. So that was his words. To me, looking at this, Kyrie still staying strong on what he did. He just was apologizing so he could get back to work. Pretty sure everybody has done that at some point. They said some things that they actually didn't mean, but they just want to go through the whole bullshit to apologize to somebody just so they can get back to work and get back to doing what they love. Now, am I speaking for Kyrie? I am not. I'm speaking of what I think what Kyrie is thinking, which is kind of insane when you look back at it, but still, this is what I think about it. So anyway, let's get back into this article. So Irvin has missed 8 games, which should have only been 5, during the suspension, which the Nets said would be for a minimum of 5 games without pay. The team said he is able to play in its home game Sunday night, which was last week against Memphis. I believe they won that game too. It was like 100 and something to something. Irvin said he was intentionally seeking for more information about his heritage when he posted the link to Hebrews to Negroes Wake Up Black America on his Twitter page. When first asked about it, he was defiant about his right to post material that interests him. Then he refused to apologize or clarify his religious beliefs during another interview a few days later. Before I go any forward, it's nobody's fucking business what your religious beliefs are, or if someone asks you for clarity when it comes to something that you posted, it's none of their fucking business as well, because they should be using a simple tool of what we learned in elementary school, which is comprehension. If you can't comprehend shit and logically read something and then get something from it, then I believe the problem is yours, my friend. It's not ours. Because some people will say that about Kanye, that Kanye says things that no one understands, blah, 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 blah. But if you actually listen to Kanye, you'll actually get exactly what he's saying. It might take you some time, but you'll understand what the fuck he's trying to say. because it's called comprehension. Just let everybody out there know. Let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot to take that one part off because I didn't use that video. Let's see. Hold on. I got backtrack to see. Okay, never mind. I think I was supposed to get timestamps from this, I believe. But anyway, I played that video already, so all right, so leading to his suspension. So that was ending that part of the sentence. So interview a few days later leading to his suspension. So blah, blah, blah. We all know what happened. But anyway, but his tone was more reflective while speaking for about 12 minutes Sunday, thanking family and friends for their support. Some including National Basketball Players Association officials and Nets general manager Sean Marks were in the room as he spoke. In other words, they were keeping an eye on a prize Negro. Just saying. So I have another part here called Kyrie Irving says grievance decisions up to legal team. So oh yeah, that's what I had to. That's why I got that in there. So let's pay attention. So it's a part in this video where a reporter asks Kyrie about is he thinking about suing the NBA in the Nets organization because of number one, his suspension was basically like it was crazy what they had him to do and why he was out so long. Not only that, if you guys don't remember, I spoke on how New York passed, I believe it was a law, but someone said it got shot down, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. But there was a law passed stating that people should be able who didn't get the jab when most New York not facilities, most New York corporations or places where people work were asking their employees to get the jab if they wanted to continue their employment there. Some people refused and got fired. The bill stated that those people should be hired back and they should receive back pay. So this is what this question is leading up to, and this is his answer.
To kind of get back in the flow.
I mean, you saw me dribbling the ball out there, ridiculously just going out of my hand and basketball. There's no way as much as I want to.
Even if you've been asked this already, but when you were suspended, there were a lot of players around the league. You know, Jaylen Brown is one specifically that didn't like the way your suspension was handled. I'm just curious if you ever thought about filing a grievance or exploring those avenues at all.
I got to leave that to my legal team and leave it to the warriors I have around me. I have some strong people, men and women around me that are going to do everything possible to make sure that I'm protected and my family's protected and we protect one another. So, you know, I'm sure some things will be done in the future, but there's no timetable on that right now.
Hey, Kyrie, I know you said you just want to talk about the game, but, you know, this morning you talked about recognizing the platform you have, wanting to unify. You're being asked about things that are being said in your name in reaction to the movie you promoted. I'm curious, just, I guess, how do you go about deciding when's the time to use a platform and when's not, and when you decide you're going to react when you say it's one here to talk about basketball?
I would like to be on a platform where I could openly share how I feel without being harshly criticized or being labeled or dealing with, you know, outside perceptions that have nothing to do with me. Again, I said this morning, I just want to elaborate on just everyone getting to know who Kai is and who AI is and what I represent in my tribe. That's it.
So, as you can see, in his word salad that he served us with some spicy dressing, to the first question for the answer to the first question that was asked about, are you going to file a grievance? He said he was going to leave that up to his legal team, which is yes in legal in legal terms. He said all that just to say, yeah, I am going to file a grievance. And then to the second question, it was, I don't believe that I should be fired or suspended for my own views and stuff like that, which goes along with what I said earlier with, you know, I forgot what I said earlier, but it goes along with what I said earlier. Anyway, let's get into the article. So, following the return after an 8-game suspension on Sunday night, Nets guard Kyrie Irving told reporters that there is a possibility he could file a grievance against the team. Irving was suspended for a minimum of 5 games after he promoted an anti-Semitic film on social media. But I'm saying the only people that's saying is anti-Semitic are other reporters and the NBA and all that other shit. So a lot of people who spent the time watching that movie, which I haven't gotten to do yet, haven't found the time, but when I do, I will come back and talk about it. Excuse me. So, it also said, he was suspended for a minimum of 5 games, which I believe he was suspended for 8. Or, yeah. He was suspended for 8 games because the game he was supposed to come back to, which I believe was the Lakers game, which was an away game, he never got to play. So, a couple games after that, I believe he started sometime this week, I believe. So, let's see. The Nets required him to complete several tasks. The team described as a series of objective remedial measures that address the harmful impact of his conduct before being reinstated. Irvin discussed the possibility of filing a grievance regarding the suspension after the Nets' 127-115 win over Memphis, which Memphis is balling this year. I'm just letting you guys know. I haven't watched any of the games, but when I look at the scores, I'm like, damn, they balling. Anyway, I've got to leave that to my legal team and leave it to the warriors I have around me, Irvin said via the New York Times. I have strong people, men and women around me that are going to do everything possible to make sure that I'm protected and my family is protected and we protect one another. So, I'm sure some things will be done in the future. There's a timetable on that right now. Since his original social media post, Irvin initially failed to apologize for the objectionable post. He finally apologized via Instagram after the suspension was announced. Irvin also expressed regret during the interview with SNY's Ian Begley ahead of his Sunday night return. So that's the whole Kyrie Irving thing and everything of what's going on with him. So, hopefully, we learn something from this. Like, hopefully we have it to where I gotta bring this article up. Hold up. So hopefully, it's something to where he can get some sort of payment, or not saying that'll make it right, but hold up, I'm skipping. All right. So hopefully he gets some sort of back pay from that, at least for 3 games or 3 games that he wasn't supposed to be suspended for. So hopefully he gets some sort of back pay. Let's hope he gets back pay from when he couldn't play in the NBA during the pandemic. So hopefully that's in the cards as well, because that'll make a person like me very proud that that is happening, because if you guys don't know that story, then go ahead and do your research. So moving on. All right, so our friend Kanye West is back out there in the news. You can't stop this man. You can't stop him. All right? You try and you try and you try to cancel this man, and he is uncancelable. He made cancel culture. If you guys don't remember, when he hopped up on the stage, when Taylor Swift was about to give her speech about her best video or whatever, and he hopped up on stage and was like, I thought Beyonce had one of the greatest videos of all time. That's when cancel culture started. I hope you guys knew that. And it all was done with a bottle of Hennessy and some work nerves. That's it. That's how it was created. Now, let's get into this article. So, Adidas says it is investigating allegations of inappropriate workplace conduct by the rapper formerly known as Kanye West. The ex-employees made an anonymous letter also accusing the German sportswear brand of looking the other way. So basically, this is what they're talking about. So Kanye, in order to get himself out of his contracts, he was playing some pornography on I want to say company time, but he don't work for them. But be that as it may, he was playing pornography for people to see, which I believe most of that pornography was of his soon-to-be ex-wife. But anyway, Adidas cut ties with Ye last month over anti-Semitic remarks, ending their partnership with the rapper, which I brought up last week. That man will be getting his money, all predicted by who? Me. And I gave that to you guys for 2 weeks until I gave you guys that information. So you should be thanking me. I'll give myself another round of applause for that interview. I was probably one of the only people, if not the only person, who said that. So I give myself a round of applause for that. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see. Ye was suspended from Twitter and Instagram over his remarks, but has been back tweeting this month. Rolling Stone has reported that it spoke. Hold on, I'm reading this all choppy. Let me get my mind right. Rolling Stone has reported that it spoke to more than 24 former Yeezy at Adidas workers and obtained a letter from several former Yeezy employees to the sportswear company alleging that Ye created a toxic work environment by showing sexual photos and videos in meetings, making vulgar comments, and bullying the people who worked for him. So if you guys don't already know, Kanye said that in his Drink Champs episode, that he would show porn and stuff like that. That which got him suspended from the office, or the Adidas office or whatever. So, that was to get himself out of the contract. That was to have Adidas cut ties with him, which he did do, rightfully so. Like, he's not with Adidas anymore. So, all right, so all the former employees spoke to the magazine on condition of anonymity. The letter accused the company of knowing about the problematic behavior and failing to protect employees. It is currently not clear whether the accusations made in an anonymous letter are true. However, we take these allegations very seriously and have taken the decision to launch an independent investigation of the matter immediately to address the allegations. Claudia Lang, head of media relations for Adidas, said in a statement Friday. She said the company was not showing more detail about the investigation for now. Ye's last known, hold on, Ye's, is it Ye or Ye? Let's say Ye, because it's Kanye. So Ye's last known music and personal representatives didn't immediately respond to emails seeking comment. Adidas has also addressed Ye's saying Friday that it does not tolerate offensive behavior and therefore has terminated the partnership. We have been and continue to actively engage in conversations with our employees about the events that led to our decision to end the partnership. Lang said in a statement, they have our full support as we work through the details. Now, you guys may be asking, so Marcus, why are you bringing this up? This is why I'm bringing this up. Let you guys see me. This is why I'm bringing this up. So, Ye had a master plan. No one thinks he had a master plan, but Ye had a master plan. This was Ye's master plan. Get them to let me go instead of me having to fight them in court because I want to leave the company without them having a say so and us going over some things. He just wanted to go. He didn't want to be their lackey anymore. So what do you do when you don't want to work somewhere? Well, you start sabotaging yourself. Why? So the company can cut ties because it looks better at the unemployment office than it does you quitting somewhere. Why did they fire you? I don't know why they fired me. They didn't give me a reason why they fired me. All right, well, you get to get, I don't know, $800 a week, I guess. I don't know how it works. I've never been in the unemployment office. Other than one time, but I only got one payout, which I believe it was, I don't know, $600 or something like that. But other than that, I haven't been back because I haven't been unemployed since the last time I called them. So, but yeah, Ye wanted to cut ties with these companies, but he wanted them to do it first. This is why. I'll give you a reason. Kanye is going through a divorce. And they usually calculate, especially in that god-awful state of California, which is a woman's state. If you guys don't know what that means, this is what it means. If you're in court, if you're going through child support, divorce, domestic violence, what have you, the court will rule in the woman's favor no matter what. It doesn't matter what the circumstance is. The woman will get everything that she is asking for, including money. And guess what they look at when it comes to a divorce in money? You gotta remember, Kanye didn't have a prenuptial agreement with Kim Kardashian. He just married her outright because he loved her. So by him not getting a prenuptial agreement, that allows Kim to be able to dip and dive in his finances. Well, we know that Kanye is still a billionaire. I don't know where you heard where he only has $400 million in the bank. I don't know where the hell you heard that from, but you didn't hear that here. I told you guys that man is probably, if not, still remains a billionaire as we speak. Now, you guys may be asking me, Marcus, where are you going with this? Well, here we go. I'm going to read this TMZ article because TMZ knows everybody's business. They probably know that I'm about to say everything that I'm about to say right now. So, the article is Kanye West skips out on divorce deposition, gets one more chance before trial date. So this is what's going on. Kanye West continues to be anything but cooperative in his divorce proceedings with Kim Kardashian, blowing off a recent scheduled deposition, and now he's got one more shot to get it right. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Kanye West was supposed to get grilled by Kim's attorneys November 16th, but for whatever reason, he never showed up. The documents state the parties agree the deposition will now happen November 29th at 9:30 a.m. So that is Tuesday. And hold on. So if Kanye misses that date, it could be a serious issue for him, mainly because it won't sit well with the judge during the trial, which is set for December 14th. Of course, Kim and Kanye could hammer out a settlement agreement before the 14th, but Kim wants the limelight, basically. We're going to be hearing about that for probably a good 2 weeks that they're in court. So, but as we said, he hasn't been cooperative. So at this point, a settlement seems like a long shot. Kim's been represented by what's this dude's name? Dissel Queen, Laura Wassner. Throughout the proceedings, while Kanye's gone through at least 5 attorneys, it's clear Wassner wants Kanye's deposed so she can figure out what the sources of conflict are and what witnesses she wants to call. Is basically going to be the family. That's all it's going to be. The family, whoever works for Kim, whoever works for Kanye, and that's it. So it's been nearly 2 years since Kim first filed for divorce. A judge has already signed the order making Kim and Kanye legally single. I believe that was back in March of 2021. But there's still the issues of custody and the decision of assets. This is the big one. TMZ broke the story. Kim and Kanye were recently seen chatting at their son Saints flag football game, but prior to the things were extremely icy after Kanye wore a White Lives Matter shirt and publicly made anti-Semitic remarks. So I'll show you guys the picture of what this bitch looks like. This is what she looks like at the flag football game. Where am I at? I want to zoom in on the kid. I want to zoom in on her. There we go. Face doesn't look all that, like, hey, what's up? Looking like she's saying some bullshit to him. Which it looks like somebody's getting in between them two. Yeah, it looks like somebody's in next to Kanye to separate him from Kim. But if you guys look at some of the things Kanye's been saying when it comes to, them saying he said anti-Semitic remarks and all this other bullshit, but which he didn't. You gotta look at it like this. Only thing Kanye wants to do is see his children. Kim has made it very difficult for him to see his kids. So if you're not cooperating with me, what makes you seem as though that I should be cooperating with you? Makes no sense, right? It doesn't. This is why. This is why. Because if we're going through a divorce, and only thing that I really ask for is to see my kids, which you allow me to see, but you're still harking on maybe I may have a mental disorder or what have you. And then, you making statements saying that, I don't like hate speech and all this other bullshit. And it's like, look, we was a unit for only 7 years. It's 7 of those. What? North came a year or 2 later after they got married. So 5 of those years we had 4 beautiful children, and that's the only thing that I ask of you to not take away from me. But you seem as though that's what you want to do. So yeah, I'm not gonna go to the fucking deposition. So this lawyer bitch can grill me so she can find something in the deposition to take me down with. Nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna go. Because that's only gonna build Wassner's case. It's not gonna build Kanye's case, which he has to find a lawyer. Because Johnny Depp's lawyer, the lady that represented him, she's no longer representing him no more because of him making anti-Semitic remarks. But it's not only because of that, because she works for a Jewish law firm. That's why she dropped him as a client. But with this whole Adidas thing, Kanye had the greatest, and I mean the greatest, master plan anyone could ever concoct. And this is how he concocted it. This isn't when he concocted it. This is when he addresses why he concocted it. And he says it just like this.
I'm announcing that I'm running for president is I want the FCC to look at my money. If the FCC was looking at my money, there had been a possibility that Adidas wouldn't have went into JP Morgan and froze my account and put a $75 million hold on 4 different accounts. I went from being a multi-billionaire to not being able to use my Apple Pay. 4 nights ago, I couldn't use my Apple Pay because somehow Adidas was able to legally go in and freeze my money. And when I see this, I think, well, if this could happen to me, this could happen to other Americans. And for what? You know.
Now, as we know, JP Morgan called Kanye and said, hey, my friend, we no longer want to do business with you. Come and get your money. Which he had up until sometime this week, I believe, if not next week, to grab all money out of that account and then go and bank somewhere else. But you just can't grab, I don't know, let's say he had upwards of 75 million in those accounts. Let's say that. You just can't be like, yo, let me get all 75 out in cash. You can't do that. Because a bank doesn't even carry that much cash on them on hand at all times. It's at least, I believe it's like 50,000 they have at all times. And I think that's split up between what the tellers give you in the ATM. So 25 and 25, I believe. Let's just say it's 25 in the ATMs and 25,000 in the actual bank. So yeah, they froze his money, right? He can no longer use his Apple Pay because I'm pretty sure if anyone who has an Apple phone, most of you guys use your phone to pay for things at places. So they froze his account to where he couldn't use his Apple Pay. This is JP Morgan doing this shit. Now he said, yes, he wants to run for president because he wants I don't know what branch of government will look at that, but I'm pretty sure when they go and see like the crazy shit of what JP Morgan was doing, I'm pretty sure Kanye could have a case. Or whatever branch of government that would be, they can basically but they could get JP Morgan in trouble for practices like that. At no time have we ever heard someone's accounts being frozen to the point to where they couldn't even grab money out or use their card. Like, it's unprecedented. It's never happened. I'm pretty sure it may happen on a small scale. Let's say if you have a credit card from a federal credit union or something, you bank also at that federal credit union, and they freeze your account like that because of lack of payment. But other than that, it's like when has that ever happened to anyone? To where they make statements and their money is frozen. Like, that's never happened. Ever. So, he also said if it could happen to me, it could also happen to y'all too. Now, I said this week to a couple guys I work with. This whole cancel culture thing, I believe, and this is just my belief. You guys don't have to follow it. It's just my belief. So this whole cancel culture thing, I believe, is the American government, if not all governments around the world, basically stating we can't govern these people no more. It's tiring. Like we're trying to balance the U.S. finances while dealing with these people, and most of them don't really give a damn about our system. So why don't we just have them eat each other? Not like metaphorically, not literally, which it could be coming down the pipe. Who never knows. But let's have them eat each other, metaphorically. So what do we get? We get court of public opinion when things happen, such as the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all these organizations, right? Who the cancel culture and stuff like that, people getting canceled for things. That's basically self-policing. That's us as Americans policing other Americans over things that we don't like them doing. But who said it was up to us that we should give a fuck about what someone else does or what someone else says? So, this is just a hypothesis of mine that the government put cancel culture, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, Me Too, all out in the forefront for all of the weak-minded ones to grab, because they know the weak will never ever single-handedly bring down any of us strong-minded folks. So they allow them to grip themselves together in these groups and these organizations to then police other people in their speech and what they do and what have you. And that is us doing self-policing, which we haven't done a good job at it. So, but I believe that the government of whoever that is, that nefarious organization of whoever the hell that it may be, is probably, they probably like it that we're doing it the way that we are. So, let's get back into the video because he has some more juicy shit that he wants to say.
This can happen to an American that didn't even steal anything, that didn't even hurt anyone. This could just happen to you for saying the wrong idea out loud, for expressing yourself, for expressing frustration. How many of you guys have been at a job and you were frustrated with a manager or a situation, and you didn't want to say anything because you didn't want to go back to your dad? You might be taking care of your dad. You know what I'm saying? He might be elderly. And this person at your job can treat you a certain way because you're not going to lose that position because you know you got to take care of your dad.
Now, that's a good thing that he brought up, because not a lot of people may speak out at their job when it's needed. Such as, like the example he gave, you may be taking care of a parent, so your whole deal is keep your nose clean, keep your head low, don't say too much, go to work, do work, that's it. I don't want to make any friends. Or you could be like me, where I don't really care that much about the people that I work with, but I keep it cordial enough to where it looks like we may have a friendship, but we really don't. I'm just here just to get my coin and get the fuck out of here. But I'll make you laugh, I'll make you dance, and I'll make you think all the while I'm here. And you'll love me for it too, because I believe, well, I don't believe, I know, almost at every job that I either leave or I get fired from, nothing's the same. Because I make everybody happy because I want to be happy while I'm at work. And I believe I shared it with you guys in my in one of my videos, You Think You Know Me. It was a point in time where I didn't really feel all that great about myself. So, you know. But as I'm at work, I want to have as much fun as possible, because that's one of the slogans that the founder of my company stated once, and it's a staple in our company, is to have fun and make money while doing it. So, all I want to say is this: like, you guys make what you want changed known while you're at a job, because closed mouths don't get fed. So if like let's say that you're afraid to say the wrong thing or whatever, okay, that's fine. But you never know if it's the wrong thing unless you'll never know that it's the wrong thing unless you say it first. Now, if you're thinking that it could be the wrong thing to say, okay, cool. Don't say it. Or you can be like me, where I can be like, well, I don't know if this is the right thing to say. You can either walk around what you want to say, you can either say directly what you want to say, like I do, and just see what happens after that. That's just how I feel when I'm at work. It's just, look, I'm here for 10 hours. I'm not about to have somebody tell me when to jump and how high. Like, nah, I'm not about to do that. I'm about to tell you, well, how about you have somebody else jump, because I ain't seen nobody else jump in here. You're asking me to jump. How about you have somebody else jump first? I see how high they jump, and I'll do the best at not jumping for you. How about that? Now, he puts a certain thing in perspective. He said, how is it that a company can just outwardly just shut off you being able to either feed yourself, clothe yourself, whatever, just within an instant? And it can happen to a regular American themselves as well. Now, he posed the question that I'm forgetting. How is it that you can say the wrong idea, just verbally expressing yourself, and that happens to you? Like, how is that possible? How is that possible that you can say what may be the wrong thing, but the consequences that you suffer is you get your money frozen? Like, when has that ever happened in America? Like, that's unprecedented. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. He just expressed himself. Some people may have had some sort of, thing about it, but it's like, how does that you stop a man's money? Like, how does that work? I believe that will be investigated once Kanye runs for president, because I believe he wants to be president, but he wants to be mainly what I feel though that he wants to be known is all the wrongdoings that these companies have done to him. But we'll see that in the coming either weeks, months, or years. Let's keep going.
You deal with a lot of things. You saw what Adidas is trying to do. They showed you the reason why I put in the termination notice to Adidas originally a couple months back is they were trying to steal my company from me and steal my designs. They hired my lawyer. They paid the lawyer, Equan Rowe. They paid this lawyer to sign off my IP, North St. Chicago Psalms IP, to Adidas. This is a major company doing this to a major person in front of everyone. So what happens behind closed doors? If that can happen to Ye, what can happen to you? To your grandparents, to your parents, to your children, to your cousin, your nieces, your nephews. This is the reason why Jesus has to sit at the throne. And in this Christian company, this Christian country, that's a Freudian slip because we are the youngest startup in history. You know, America, this is a Christian country that has to be ran with strong Christian values. Not this cafeteria pick and choose what you want.
Now, I will say this: if the country goes the way that it is going now, America's going to be a Muslim country after a while, because there's a lot of people going to be seeking Islam. A lot of women are going to be seeking to cover themselves more, which I feel as though it's better. It's not because I'm not saying it's because I'm a Muslim myself. I'm saying it's because when you see a woman that's covering her, her breast and her butt and all this, and she's wrapped up in, let's say it's the women who wear the hijabs that aren't football. I don't even think that's a hijab. Sorry, where the woman who wears the hijabs and they're all covered up. I think that's sexy. Because you don't want, well, if you look at some of the people who, not people, but if you look at some of the women over here, they wear more form-fitting burkas and all that. But I'm just saying, it's nice. It's nice. I can still see the shape, but I can't see anything spilling out of them. That's what I'm saying. But also like seeing the ones who, traditionally have the traditional ones on as well. Like, I feel as though that's sexy too. Because if you have a shape, that, even the loose shit ain't covering up your shape. So, excuse me, that's just to say that. But if the country keeps going in the way that it is, the country will be Islamic very soon.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's take the topic of life. Yes, I'm about life. I'm about life. Because what's the opposite of life? Does anyone know what the opposite of life is?
Death.
Death. I am very much about life. I am not about death. It's promise, but that's in God's hands. But we need opportunities. We need to be able to give choices because people are afraid to bring people into this world. We feel like we don't have the resources to be able to bring children into this world nowadays. But there's more than enough resources for people to be happy in this world. And as Americans, we have to show, we had a vision of the future in the 60s. And all these inventors were pushing this vision. And somehow we started to just go into a loop. With this vision, we can create platforms that make people feel like it's okay to bring a child into this world. So as the future head of state, this is my perspective on life. Give opportunities for more life. Like my man Drake says, more life.
Now, that's one key component that he is running on. Hey, man, look, he got my vote. Because not a lot of presidents talk about opportunities as one of their main points of them coming into presidency, which, as you guys know, when someone does get into their presidency, everything that they promise you never really happens. But yeah, like if he feels as though that there should be, lack of a better term, a change in this world that has to happen, then I say fine. It does need to change. There should be some sort of change in this country because it's too much shit going on as far as these drag queen reading hours. It's too many of these motherfuckers on that side that are abusing kids sexually. It's too many of those motherfuckers on that side. And I'm not just saying just that side. There's other motherfuckers that do the same shit on the opposite side as well. But we hear more about y'all doing it because you guys are more prevalent in doing it for the simple fact that we understood. Well, I understood, but other people who think like I do, they all understand that they don't want us. They want our kids because kids can be swayed better than adults can. And that's not a slight. That's just me thinking out loud and saying all the right things. Now, it could be wrong on their accord, but on my accord and everyone else's accord who thinks like me, we believe that what they are doing is wrong, and most of them, if not all, should be jailed for it. Or why isn't it that those groups are saying anything about the ones who operate in those groups who believe that they are who they say that they are as far as dress goes and mentality of them thinking what gender that they are or not. Why isn't that any of them are speaking out about any of the atrocities that those people are doing to our kids? Just saying. It's just a couple questions out there. I just want to put a couple questions out there.
Give opportunities for more life. This is the thing. You can't get so much on taking away opportunities until you give other opportunities. And me, I realize that. I am a strong Christian leader and father, an inventor and a visionary. And I realize you can't tell someone, don't eat this food that's killing you without giving them another plate of food. We've got to show them that it's something better. When they see me in Complex Con yesterday and saw the cut of this jacket, you knew at that point it was something better. And it takes all of this study. But we do that same kind of study with food. We do that same type of study with shelter. We do that same type of study with education and curriculum, because I am the son of Raymond West and Dr. Donda West. I am the offspring. I'm 45 years old, and it's time to step into the role to my bloodline, these educators. Ask anybody that had my mom as a teacher, how much she inspired them, how much they loved her. That very love is what we have to give. People of all walks of life come up to me. They come up to me at the hotel, they come to me in the streets, and sometimes they're hurt by ideas, things that I've said that people won't say out loud, and I just give them a hug. And then they start to say to me, hey, the very things that you said and what you're talking about is actually being proven by the way you're being treated. And, I just want to I know a lot of people are going through a lot of hardships, but I especially want to talk to all of my family at Adidas.
Now, let me hit a point that he made. So he spoke on how, uh, the food that we eat is basically bad for us. And it comes up that it's bad for us, but they never give us a secondary option. So, so to that, I will say, yes, everything that we eat is basically toxic. It's killing us, basically. Everything. Even the produce, the fresh, or lack of a better term, fresh produce that we get from the grocery store, most of the time that has, some sort of something on it that we have to get off, such as wax. Most of the time, the stuff isn't that great of a quality. Now, some people will say, well, I shop at Whole Foods. Whole Foods, too. Whole Foods is in the same boat as a Walmart. Just because they have a better quality product doesn't mean it's actually better and healthy. Because if you guys, which I don't want to say what you guys don't do on your own personal time, but I'm pretty sure you didn't know that back in, I believe it was, I don't know, somewhere in the late 2000s, if not the early to mid 2010s, where Whole Foods agreed to selling GMO foods. So I don't know how many of those GMO foods are actually in their grocery store, because I only been to one time, and it was pretty expensive, but still at that, it's like, just because you see different labels of something and it says organic or whatever, those are just what's that word called? They're trigger terms. They're trigger terms to the point of, if you see organic tomatoes, it's like, well, if it was organic, how long has it been sitting here? Because if you're eating actual organic foods, those foods don't last that long. Organic foods, like if you're getting a tomato, an apple, or something from an actual farmer, you don't have much time with that food. You got to either cook it or eat it, either whenever you get it, if not a day or two later, because it's gonna start going bad. It's not hocked up with all of these chemicals and all of this craziness that they've done in a lab, whatever, to make the food last longer. That's what's making food more toxic to us today. So, without us knowing a separate option, we just go off of what we got wherever that we live. Either we live in the hood, which there's a lot of food deserts there, or you go to, I don't know, your local grocery store where you really don't have the best of options there either. So, I will tell you guys to do this. Go to the store, right? I will say, go to the store, take some stickers with you, go to your produce or your meat aisle, because they say the perimeter is where you should be actually shopping in a store, where your meats are, your vegetables, your dairy products, and all that, eggs and stuff. Those are actually the areas where you actually should be shopping. Everything that's inwards in the that's on the shelves are actually the bad food that's there. But not a lot of people want to go through the process of making things themselves anymore. Everything's instant now, or or you get a meal that only takes a minute to cook. It's like, none of that shit is actually good. Like ramen noodles and all that shit. Like, it's not good for you. Now, will it help you curb your hunger? Yeah. But those foods shouldn't be eaten every day. But, when you're broke, or if you're poor and you can't make ends meet, those are usually the only options that you have. Ramen noodles, cereal and stuff like that. Like, not even organic cereal. It's some shit that's got a chemical in there that can basically kill you, which not too long ago, what? I don't know if it was Tricks or Fruity Pebbles or something like that. It was stated that that either one of those cereals had arsenic in it. If you guys don't know, arsenic can kill you in large volumes, but arsenic just in low volumes can get you sick. But still, like, you got to remember, when they're making these foods at these manufacturing plants, they're in silos or these big ass vats of shit. Like, you gotta watch how it's made. Like, if you haven't watched the show How It's Made, I don't know what the hell you've been doing with your life. Because most of the time, it's most processes with How It's Made that they don't show. So how would you know that they put arsenic in your cereal if you're not either looking at the ingredients, which I will tell you this, they don't even list all of the ingredients that are in shit as well. Because legally they don't have to. But I will say this, you should actually know what you're eating, or it will be eating you later. Little smart thing to say. Let's keep going.
So many years, we've put together incredible work and incredible designs to change the game. You know, when we did the foam runner, people from Mercedes-Benz called us and said, this is the design of the year. We are a leading design organization. When we designed the McDonald's box and got Nato Fukasawa, the lead designer of Muji, to design this box, I know that Johnny Ives and Mark Newsom saw that, the Apple designers. I know.
Now, I know y'all might be asking, well, Marcus, why are you playing this long ass video? It has meaning. Just give it a second. We got what? We got 4 minutes and 14 seconds left in this. So let's keep going.
That you guys in the design world see what we're doing. So at Adidas, what you're doing with the price points, with the Demna collaboration and Balenciaga collaboration, it's not right. It's $1,000. It's $2,000. You have Demna in a golden cage. Everyone knows, and every designer knows, other than Ray Kawakubo. But unless you Ray Kawakubo, you know that Demna's our Ray. Ye is a Ray also, but Demna's our Ray. Ray Kawakubo is the creator of Comme des Garçons. Unless you Ray Kawakubo, everyone knows that Demna is the Ray Kawakubo of our generation. And at Adidas, to take what he's doing and put it inside of a $2,000 box, so it's only for the rich people, that mentality is played out. It's a dinosaur mentality, and it's only a matter of time till we get hit with an iceberg. We have to raise our consciousness. And how do we have people scamming, selling dope, selling messages of death in order to buy a jacket for $5,000, $6,000 and take all the celebrities and we push that? I'm not pointing fingers because I was doing the same thing until God brought me down to a place where I can really serve him. Because if I'm sitting on any kind of high throne that he didn't give, then I'm not in full service to him. All of the things that got taken away from me, I'm so thankful for that because I get to serve God better. So going into Thanksgiving, I know the people at Adidas are not going to have the best Thanksgiving.
Now, before he continues, because this is when he starts getting into the juicy shit. Now, he just said that these these designer companies such as your Adidas or your Balenciagas or Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and all that, they're selling all of their products. Basically, you're buying the name. You're not actually buying the product. You're buying the name, which to them costs a lot of money. So you might get a Gucci purse that costs $5,000, which the purse probably only costs maybe only $3.25, which that means that's what that purse is worth. But when you inflate the price to be more of a quality product, more of a unobtainable product by the poor, and only the rich can buy, then it's not the name then that they're buying. It's the ability to be able to buy those products. That's all it is. It's not the name that they're actually buying. It's the ability to buy those products. Now, if you guys don't know, Kanye West will be selling Balenciaga and Adidas apparel for $20. I hope you guys know that, because he believes that price point is better. He also said that when he put his Yeezys out, he wanted them to be at a price point that was affordable for the average American. So when they inflated the price to where you're paying like $230 to $250 for a pair of Yeezys, probably $300, he had a problem with that. He voiced his opinion on it. He let him know how he felt, but he didn't like the price point being that high, because you're basically saying, well, only rich people can buy this. Only people who can afford this product can actually get this product. And it's not fair to the average American, because the average American also wants to wear some Yeezys. They also want to style and profile with their friends. But they're not able to do so because it's a price point of these shoes that are so high. Now, when I was growing up, shoes cost all the way up from $50 all the way up to maybe $100, maybe $200. That was probably the highest it would go, is $200. And $200 when I was in high school, that wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough to where you would look at, do I buy something to eat or do I buy these shoes with it? And usually you would go with, I'd rather buy something to eat than to buy these $200 pairs of shoes. I'll let you guys know, when I became an adult, it was, I don't know what number of Jordans were about to come, but these motherfuckers were selling for $310, I believe. And you could get a glass case for them as well. Well, the glass case came with the box, for the simple fact, I'll get to you, B-Day, for the simple fact that you can either collect the shoe, because it was the first color variant and all this other stuff for this number of Jordans. So you can either not wear them, or you could take it to where you wear them and you fuck them up and you just ruin a $300 pair of shoes. And he doesn't think that that's fair. And I don't feel as though that is fair either, because I would love to walk into a shoe store, see an $80 pair of shoes, and just pick them up and get them, instead of looking at it, which I found this odd to be, because Air Force Ones have always been $80, if not $90. I was looking at getting a pair of, like, the canvas style shoes that's popular now by Kanye, making that style of shoe popular. They want $125 for them damn things. Now, a lot of people may say, well, Marcus, that ain't a lot of money. Okay, to who? It's not the price that I'm looking at. I'm looking at what they used to cost next to what they cost now. And I'd rather buy these Adidas from an African somewhere, which I know they'll probably be fake, but I'd rather pay this dude $60 to $80 for a fake pair than to get $125 real pair of those fucking shoes. And that's just me saying this. Y'all don't have to do that because y'all probably well, nah, I don't want no fake shoes on my feet, which is fine. But I don't dress to impress people anymore. I'm 34 fucking years old. Who the hell? Look, regular like shoes and shit and regular clothes, I'm way past that of trying to get somebody to look at me like, oh shit, that looks nice. I'd rather get dressed up now. That's probably where my money will be spent. I'd rather buy a $300 pair of Stacey Adams because it's not just the name, it's the shoe itself. Almost any businessman, almost any whatever person who wears suits probably hold Stacey Adams in high regard because Stacey Adams is a nice pair of dress shoes to wear. Now, suits and all that, I'd rather get dressed up and be looked at like, damn, that's a nice suit you got on, sir. Who's that by? And he'd be like, yeah, it's from so and so. An Italian style suit or whatever. That's what I'm looking at. But if there's some African designers that make a better looking suit, then that's what I'll be buying. Or African Americans who are in design and stuff like that, who have a better looking suit, I'll buy it from them. Now, BD says, bring BD's comment up here. He says, I wear Dickies for $20 and Nikes at the most $100. I got a pair of fresh Air Maxes for $49.99 on the internet. You see what I'm talking about? As you get older, you want more bang for your buck. You don't want to be spending all kinds of money on tennis shoes. Like, who the hell wants to spend $230 on a pair of shoes that's possibly going to get dirty? Because if you don't take care of them, then they're going to get dirty. They're going to get creased. If you don't, do proper maintenance on them, which is if they're leather, you make sure you get leather softener so they stay soft. Or which some people say I'd rather for my leather to get hard, but then you're working against your shoe cracking on you. So it's a lot of variations of things of what you have to do to keep these shoes clean. Whatever. So as you get older, you want more bang for your buck because you don't want to just be spending $175 for an outfit at the mall. Like, come on now. Like, what are you actually buying when you're buying that outfit? Like, what are you actually buying? Are you buying the name, or do you actually like this to where you like, I'll spend that much money on a nice outfit? Like I said, as you get older, you want more bang for your buck. Now, let me continue this video because, like I said, he gets into the juicy part at this point. So before we end it off, he said, I don't believe Adidas is going to have the best Thanksgiving. Let's keep going.
I know that they're not going to have the best Christmas. But if any way I could indemnify what they've done, even though they took that IP, they hired lawyers to sign it over. I promise everyone out there, those designs, they still good by me. Those designs still good by me. I know y'all saying, we not going to buy them unless Shay got them. If y'all want those designs, they still good by me. I promise you, I can guarantee you one thing. On Thanksgiving and on Christmas, North, Saint, Chicago, Psalm, they gonna all have a good meal. And that's what we do it for. Our families. So I'm telling you, this Christmas, this Thanksgiving, whatever Adidas wants to drop, and you know that that was a design that we put in, those are good by me. And hopefully this can like heal. This can heal some of the bleeding. Also, I know another thing is for everyone in contracts, I know that this will never happen again in history. There will never
Pay attention. Please pay attention to this part.
be a situation where people end a multi-billion-dollar deal off of a tweet. Gotcha. So I would like to thank everyone that was involved with this negotiation. Thank God no one was hurt in the process. And I feel free.
So, in other words, they still gotta pay me, motherfucker. So y'all go out there and buy all of the Yeezys or Adidas now. Buy all of them. Get them all. Because they still gotta pay me, boy. As Cat Williams said that Flavor Flav said to him. But they still gotta pay him. They still gotta pay him. Which, as I said, I predicted that. So I give myself another DJ. But not only that, not only does he have to get paid and they still owe him money. It's because Adidas stock dropped after they dropped Yay. So it's like, what more could you want for Christmas if you was Kanye? You drop me, your stock drops. Now you're probably looking at firing people. Not only that, you're probably looking at consolidating the business now until y'all get back up on your feet. You gotta remember, like I said, Black Friday is for companies to operate back in the black. It's not just for, for them to put products out. It's for them to get their money back from last year. So, as we can see, Kanye's operating in the black. So, we applaud that, man. Let's give this boy a round of applause, man. This boy is a goddamn genius, all right? Some people may say he's just a genius when it comes to music. Now, that motherfucker is a genius in all aspects of the word. That boy is smart. Now, I gotta use the bathroom. So before we start the main story, which I don't believe is gonna be that long, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna take a quick break. Let's take a 5-minute break. Everyone can use the bathroom, get themselves some juice or some liquor, whatever that you're doing at the house, or you can go ahead and go outside, smoke a cigarette, or you can go ahead and roll the fuck up, because I know y'all want that green in your life. So, as I take my little break, you guys can take a break too. So, please be back here. What time are we at? We are at 2:17. So at the 2 hour and 22 mark, everyone get back here. All right. So in that time, we will come back and I'll have some more juicy shit for y'all. So 5 minutes, everybody. Hold on. I'm sorry. 5 minutes, everybody. 5 minutes. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. All right, so let's get into the main story of the day. So let's go over the overview. Overview is this: GOP likely to probe Biden, the Biden crime family. A lot of shit's been going on in the Biden White House. Now, I want to preference this with this video first so you guys can get a better understanding of what's going on when it comes to the GOP, which is the Grand Old Party or the Republican Party, that is about to probe Biden and all of his business dealings that deals with some of the things that he's been involved in, as well as his son, his brother, all kinds of people that are a part of the Biden family who has done some nefarious shit. They're going to be looking into everything. They're even going to check his asshole to see what the fuck he has in there, because nothing will go untouched. They will look at everything. I don't know why I brought that analogy up. Anyway, let's go.
We are releasing a report today that details what we have uncovered. We are also sending letters to the Biden administration officials and Biden family associates renewing our request for voluntary production of documents relevant to this investigation. This is an investigation of Joe Biden, the President of the United States, and why he lied to the American people about his knowledge and participation in his family's international business schemes. National security interests require the committee conduct investigation, and we will pursue all avenues that have long been ignored. Committee Republicans have uncovered evidence of federal crimes committed by and to the benefit of members of the president's family. These include conspiracy or defrauding the United States, wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, violation of the Foreign Agents Registration Act, violations of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, violations of the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, tax evasion, money laundering, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. The Biden family's business dealings implicate a wide range of criminality, from human trafficking to potential violations of the Constitution. In the 118th Congress, this committee will evaluate the status of Joe Biden's relationship with his family's foreign partners and whether he is a president who is compromised or swayed by foreign dollars and influence. I want to be clear. This is an investigation of Joe Biden, and that's where the committee will focus in this next Congress.
Looks like a bad day for Joe Biden, I see. So, how about we get into this goddamn article? Huh? How about we do that? So, as you saw, the GOP stated what they were going to be investigating Cartel Biden for. Cartel Biden. As House Republicans prepare to launch an onslaught of oversight investigations next year, the White House is planning to distinguish between inquiries they deem legitimate and others they view as politically, not legislatively motivated, and an eye towards minimizing their cooperation with probes they consider improper, according to two people familiar with the plans. Now, that doesn't seem that goddamn good. Now, let's keep going. White House officials caution that their decisions with cooperation with will ultimately hinge on the nature of the investigations, but their preparation, which has been underway for months, hinged on such a split strategy. The White House is likely to respond to requests for documents and testimony uh, relating to the U.S. Withdrawal from Afghanistan, for example, but far less likely to engage with Republicans' investigations into Hunter Biden, the president's son, the people said, speaking on the condition of anonymity to discuss private deliberations. So, in other terms, this is what's going on. So, the Bidens have been a very naughty bunch since his vice presidency. And a lot of things have been going on in that Biden crime family, along with Cartel Biden and all of his cartel members. A lot of shit's been going on there. So they're going to be looking into a lot of stuff. They say mainly it's going to be Joe Biden, but it's a lot of moving parts when it comes to this Biden crime family. Not only is his son involved in some of this stuff, but we learned that that Joe Biden, or Cartel Biden, as I've just coined, as Cartel Biden and his son, Cocaine Biden, were sharing a bank account, which I've never heard of before. I've never heard of that actually going on. So they will be looking at some of those things. They could be, which they should look into the whole Hunter Biden laptop scandal, because it's a lot of things in that story that they should be actually putting in the forefront, for the simple fact is this: a lot of that business shit went on in his laptop. And it's a lot of things that he has done and positioned his son in certain areas that also go along with this as well. So they're not looking at that. I don't know what the hell they're looking at. So let's keep going. Let's see. I forgot where I left off at. The White House is likely to respond. I've said that already. I need a pen to hold my place. Let's see. Okay. So Republicans who won the House majority in the midterm elections. Let me stop there. If you guys don't know, this came out a week after the midterm elections. Not only did this come out a week after midterm elections, but a lot of other shit came out as well, such as the FTX scandal. If you guys don't know what FTX is, FTX was a crypto. What do they call that? They're not called banks. Exchange. It was a crypto exchange. So that story has came out as well. I told you guys where to go and where to get the information over at Hotep Jesus YouTube channel. He went over this in like 6 videos. So in this Biden stuff is tied to that as well. So you guys need to go over to that channel and educate yourself tonight. So let's see. Republicans who majority. Okay, so have signaled an aggressive oversight campaign despite capturing fewer seats than either party expected. They have made it clear that among their top investigative targets, in addition to Afghanistan, will be origins of the coronavirus pandemic and other China related issues. The disbursement of pandemic relief funds. Ooh, they getting into some juicy shit. Border security. Oh my gosh. And Biden's energy policies. Pay attention, y'all. But the likely flashpoint will be their determination to investigate Hunter Biden, whom they accuse of financially wrongdoing and trading on the family name. The president, who has lost two other children, is highly protective of his sons, who has long history of drug use and other difficulties. If you guys don't remember, I covered this story of Hunter Biden and what the hell he was doing as far as going into, was it pressure, water pressure? I forgot what the fuck the damn term was. Oh, float tanks. He's in float tanks with crack, smoking it. He making calls. He making calls and smoking crack when he getting upset. He fucking got a horse, New York horse in his hotel room and shit. He passed out. He got a fucking he had a crack pipe next to him when he was asleep. Jesus Christ. He has to be the most he has to be the most damn, I'm blanking on the word I'm trying to use right now. He has to be the worst and the most unresponsible crackhead I've ever seen. Now, y'all might be saying, well, Marcus, don't you know a lot of unresponsible crackheads? But he has to be more, he's more unresponsible than a lot of other crackheads that I've seen in my lifetime. Because at least the crackheads that I know, they don't put their shit up on social media for people to see, and they got laptops and shit. They got too much crack to smoke to be getting a fucking laptop. Come on now. What crackhead y'all know in y'all's neighborhood, or when y'all was growing up, had a laptop or a cell phone? Most of them do, but I'm saying, it's a part of the trade now. They need their cell phone to call their dealer. But I'm just saying, y'all name somebody y'all know in the chat right now of a crackhead y'all know that had a laptop and a cell phone, and possibly an iPad as well. Y'all let me know. Now, the president who has okay, I said that already. I'm sorry. Okay. On Tuesday, Representative Kevin McCarthy, Republican from California, the leading candidate to become Speaker of the House, called for Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas to resign, saying that if he does not, Republicans will investigate every order, every action, and every failure to determine whether we can begin impeachment inquiries. Now, it was a lot to take from that, so let me see. Let me mark where I'm at. Now, a lot of the things that they may be talking about here. Well, I can name one thing when it comes to we'll investigate every action. Okay, so they're putting this also on Mayorkas. So if you guys don't know, Mayorkas, because he's the head of Homeland Security, he okayed the Misinformation League. I believe that's what they're called. I did a story on them. He headed he heads Homeland Security, which a branch of Homeland Security was the Misinformation League. What did that entail? It was to keep people from saying shit, basically. They coin themselves as fact checkers, but it's really to police people's free speech. Biden also was in on that because he presented this group to us. Does that sound fishy? It should. Because as American people, or as an American, you have the right to free speech. Now, for a group to come out and say, well, you're not responsible enough to know what you're talking about, so we're going to take that right from you. It's like, no, it's not a privilege, it's a law of which runs this land here of America. Now, we just got done seeing Ye talk about his money being frozen off of what he said. It should spark something in you right now. Now, it is unclear that impeachment charges GOP lawmakers could bring against Mayorkas in the Democratic lead Senate. Hold on. Senate would be unlikely to pursue them in any case. Seeking to preempt White House arguments that Hunter Biden is a private citizen, Comer stressed that the GOP's target is any involvement by President Biden himself. But we don't know that though until they probe this shit. The president's participation in enriching his family is, in a word, abuse of the highest order, Comer said. When reporters asked about another issue, Comer said, if we could keep it about Hunter Biden, this is kind of a big deal, we think. If we could keep it about Hunter, hold on, I said that already. That would be a big deal. We think if we could keep, hold on, I said this, hold on. Okay, if we could keep it about Hunter Biden, this is kind of a big deal, we think. If we could keep this about Hunter Biden, that would be great. So, okay, he did say it twice. So, former President Donald Trump and other Republicans have long focused on the president's son, especially what appears to be recorded from his laptop. I showed you guys some of that laptop footage of his. That motherfucker was in there doing that shit. How will we know that this dude's smoking crack? How will we know if not without TMZ authorization that he was sleeping with his deceased brother's wife? How will we know this stuff? How will we know without investigative reporters who are actually do the work? How will we know that Hunter Biden was on a board or was a board member of listen to me, a Ukrainian company called Burisma? And with that, it was something in there about Biden making having somewhere to where they were investigating. No, I'm sorry. Where China was investigating that company Burisma. Excuse me. Also, damn it, I just lost my goddamn place. I didn't lose my place. I lost what the hell I was thinking about after I brought up Burisma. Damn, what was I about to bring up about Biden? So Biden pointed his son to Burisma. So the Burisma thing. What else did I bring up? Hold up. How will we know if not in without investigative reporters that damn, what was I about to bring up? Because this one was heavy. Damn, that one thing that I said slipped me up. Damn it, if it comes back to me, I'll bring it up. So let me read this over to see if it can refresh my mind. Hold on. Damn it. What was I about to bring up? China investigating Burisma, Biden being a part of the board on Burisma. There was something else in there. Damn it. If, like I said, if it comes back to me, I'll bring it up. Let's move forward. So, as a symbol of what they claim is nefarious activity by the Biden family, no evidence has emerged that the president was improperly involved in his son's activities. They can find themselves backed into a corner on that. Despite how they divide them, the committees, if they are aggressive, are not going to attempt is not going to accept that difference. More recently, Democrats say Republicans have attacked the House committee investigating the January 6, 2021. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it back because it revolved around Trump and Biden. And this kind of brought it up. Damn it. I don't know if I was going to say something around the terms of Biden was... No. Damn it, it was a good take too, and I forgot. I should have just stuck with what I was saying because I would have got to it. Damn it. Look, if it comes to me before the episode's done, I'll make sure I'll bring it back up. But if not, which I probably will remember it when I'm doing the chapters of this, I'm gonna kick myself, to be honest. I'm gonna kick myself. So, hold on. Okay, I thought something came. Okay, so moving forward with this, as a symbol of the claim of nefarious activity by the Biden family, no evidence has been found. Said that already. And properly involved in his son's activities, they can find themselves backed into a corner on that, despite how, I believe I said this already. Okay, so more recently, Democrats say Republicans have attacked the House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol and refused to participate in its work. What is clear... Damn, I keep losing my place. What is clear is that a central part of the House GOP's agenda will be investigating Biden. And the White House has long been preparing Jordan's plan to investigate the Justice Department, and the FBI could be highly volatile. As the accusation that the department has become politicized, while probably clash with concerns about interfering with neutral law enforcement activities. In August, after the FBI searched Trump's Mar-a-Lago home for classified documents, McCarthy issued a statement warning that Garland would be summoned to testify, saying, Attorney General Garland, preserve your documents and clear your calendar. In general, the White House is responding to the expected onslaught by saying Republicans are engaging in the very conspiracy-minded sideshow that voters rejected in the midterm elections. Instead, instead of working with President Biden to address issues important to the American people, like lower costs, congressional Republicans' top priorities is to go after President Biden with political motivated attacks chocked full of long debunked conspiracy theories. Sams said in a statement, there are all kinds of questions that needs to be answered, and we're determined to get there, Jordan said, adding, we're committed to getting to the truth, the facts. I don't even know why I'm reading like this. Let me take a second to breathe. Now let's read. That's what we think the American people are entitled to. Despite the brewing collision, the White House's intent to engage with Republicans on many oversight requests, providing witnesses and documents, marks a shift from the Trump White House, which blocked Democrats' investigative efforts at nearly every turn. Former Congressman Harry Waxman, Democrat from California, who chaired the House Oversight Committee and led a series of aggressive investigations, said the White House should be guided by the nature of the Republican request and respond to reasonable inquiries. I would hope the Republicans would limit their investigations to something legislatively appropriate and not political grandstanding. But I would doubt the base on their past record, Waxman said. But if there is any serious effort to do legitimate oversight, I would expect the White House to cooperate. Some lawyers said the conflict is most likely to come to a head when investigators start issuing subpoenas. Lawyers in both parties say Republicans are likely to issue these legal demands early and often, especially even the regular use of subpoenas by the White House Select Committee. Investigating the January 6th attack, which I believe that's not over. I don't believe so. I'm not sure. That committee subpoenaed numerous Trump administration officials, including the former president himself, who is fighting the order in court. Some Democrats' allies and Biden should be hesitant to follow Trump's strategy of fighting subpoenas, potentially drawing out the process and bogging down Congress's investigations. My advice, unsolicited and unpaid for, which would be take a page out of the Trump book and don't bend over to these subpoena requests and fight them tooth and nail every step of the way, including into the court, Brand said. Other lawyers and the January 6th committee's approach, and the Trump team's response may diminish Congress's investigative powers by revealing subpoenas limitations. All right, let me get a drink real fast. Let me get a smoke too. So it goes. I think the most common view among congressional investigation practitioners is that the January 6th committee, while effective in some ways, probably have diluted the power of the congressional subpoena by issuing so many of them and enforcing so few of them. So, said Robert Kellner, who leads the congressional investigations practice at the law firm Covington. He said when the committee did issue subpoenas, some witnesses were successful in dragging out the process through extended legal processing. Just has an S on it. So, and now the committee is expected to be dissolved under Republican leadership. Unlikely, Democrats will not send out subpoenas like junk mail, but if the Biden administration refuses to comply with our constitutional duty to conduct oversight, we will use all tools to our disposal. Which means they ain't playing no motherfucking games. That's basically what that means. So, this next section is called U.S. House Republicans Make Investigation of Biden a Top Priority. Article by Reuters. So, I have a video that goes along with this as well. So, as soon as I get out of this screen, enjoy.
Following some more breaking news for you this morning, House Republicans have launched an investigation into President Biden's son, Hunter Biden. This is a new investigation. Joe Khalil is live once again in Washington with an update. Joe, what are you hearing?
Yeah, well, this is all pretty preliminary right now, Marty. But what House Republicans are saying, and these are House Republicans on the Oversight Committee, is that they have now found evidence of wrongdoing involving Hunter Biden, the president's son, with his business dealings. And they also allege, this is the allegation, that the president himself was at least aware and potentially also involved in some of this. And they believe that there was wrongdoing involved in that as well. Now, they announced today that this is a preliminary investigation, meaning that they're going to continue to try and do more. They're going to try to uncover more of this. If we have the statement here, I'm going to read part of it from the release that the Oversight Committee just put out within the last half hour or so. And they say here that, quote, evidence obtained by the committee reveals that President Biden lied to the American people about his involvement in his family's business schemes. They say that the family business model is built on Joe Biden's political career and connections with him as, quote, chairman of the board. And they say that family members sold access for profit around the world. Now, the report doesn't just detail the Biden family. It also alleges that the Treasury Department has been not forthcoming with evidence that this committee is requesting from them. And the report says here there were about 150 different examples of what they call suspicious activity reports that House Republicans have been trying to get from the Treasury Department. They say they have not been able to get that they have been stonewalled from it. Now, the committee went on that they're going to make requests for information from the Treasury Secretary herself, Janet Yellen, and from the National Archivist and from the FBI. Republicans in January are going to have majority, meaning they're going to have subpoena power. So this is an indication of where they're going to go as soon as they are able to get power. We know that these investigations are going to continue, and this is the biggest indication of that just today. Marty.
Thank you for watching. Go to News Nation.
All right. So, that's my last video for this. So, as you can see, it's a lot of shit that they're going to be doing within the next couple months. And I believe that it's going to be a hell of a show. Because if you thought this whole Trump January 6th thing was something, wait till you feast your eyes on that shit. Because it's going to be a doozy, my friend. It's going to be a big deal that day. So, let's get into the article from Reuters. So they say, after winning control of the U.S. House of Representatives, Republicans said on Thursday that investigating, you heard it first, Joe Biden and his son and his family's business dealings will be their top oversight priority when they formally take power next year. Representative James Comer, a Kentucky Republican who is expected to chair the House Oversight and Reform Committee, told reporters that the panel will investigate bank reports and claims by anonymous whistleblowers that he said show connection between the president and the business activities of his 52-year-old businessman's son, Hunter Biden. Now, as I said, if they were smart, they would investigate his son as well, which, as I always predicted, I'm always right. They fucking do. So let's keep going. I want to be clear. This is an investigation of Joe Biden. That's where the committee will focus in this next Congress. Comer told reporters. This committee will evaluate the status of Joe Biden's relationship with his family's foreign partners, and whether he is a president who is compromised or swayed by foreign dollars and influences. Comer said, saying that the committee has obtained 2 suspicious activity reports filed by major banks. Now check this out. Now I brought up Hunter Biden being on the board in Burisma, all right? I also said that China also investigated that. Also with this, you have, the whole Hunter Biden scandal, all the bullshit he's been doing over the past year, if not longer. This is what we have to look at, or what they really have to look at. But we're going to be looking at this shit too, because come on now, there ain't nothing like reality television. But anyway, to get back into the article, I want to be clear. This is an investigation of Joe Biden. That's where the committee will focus its next. I already said that already. I'm sorry. A White House statement accused House Republicans of planning to go after Biden with politically motivated attacks, chock full of long debunked conspiracy theories. President Biden is not going to let these political attacks distract him from focusing on Americans' priorities, said the statement by Ian Sams, spokesman for the White House counsel's office. Hunter Biden has for years been the focus of unrelenting attacks by former President Donald Trump and his Republican allies, who have accused him of wrongdoing relating to Ukraine and China, among other matters. He also publicly detailed his struggles with substance abuse and has worked as a lobbyist, lawyer, investment banker, and artist. Hunter Biden disclosed in December 2020. In 2020, the federal prosecutors in Delaware were investigating his tax affairs, though they have not charged him with any crimes. Now, with this, I believe this is an ongoing investigation, this whole Hunter Biden stuff when it comes to his laptop and all this other stuff. And his tax filings and stuff. I believe, since Joe Biden is the president, I believe he pardoned him. Plus, Delaware is Biden's home. I believe it's in somewhere in Wilmington, I believe. Wilmington, if not Dover, somewhere. But he's been doing some shit out here, Hunter Biden has. And we just some of the normies or the glowies, they just caught on to it this year. If you've been an avid reader like myself, you would know that most of this shit's been happening for a few years now, like several years now. So let's keep going. He has denied wrongdoing. Hunter Biden never held a position in the White House or on his father's campaign. But that doesn't mean shit when it comes to his son being a board member of an Ukrainian energy company. Come on now. Plus, this is what I wanted to say. I'm glad I brought this shit up. Now, along with all this stuff, right? Along with all this stuff, while Joe Biden was a vice president to the Barack Obama regime, this is what Joe Biden said to a Ukrainian official. Biden said, and he had no power in doing this at all. Joe Biden said, if you do not get rid of that investigative lawyer, or I believe it was some sort of lawyer that he wanted the Ukrainian government to get rid of. He said, if you don't get rid of this man, you will not get the financial aid of which you asked for. Hope you guys know that's highly illegal, because this is foreign affairs we're talking about. Not only that, he's telling an official of another country, if you do not get rid of a certain person, you will not get the financial aid of which we granted you guys. He had no standing in that. He was not the president at the time. He was vice president, which means this: he was wrong on all fronts with this. This is another thing that they're probably going to be investigating Joe Biden on as well. So I hope you guys are strapped in, because we going to go on a bumpy ride for the Biden crime family. So I believe this is the right place I'm supposed to be at. So a White House statement accused House representative of planning to go after Biden with okay, I said that already. I believe I was here. So he also publicly detailed his struggle. I already said that as well. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. Sorry. So let's read that last line over. So Hunter Biden disclosed in December 2020 that federal prosecutors in Delaware were investigating his tax affairs. Though they have not charged him with any crime, he has denied wrongdoing. Hunter Biden never held a position in the White House or on his father's campaign. The president has said he has not discussed foreign business deals with his son, and has said his Justice Department would have independence in any investigation of a member of his family. The House Republicans, probe will begin to unfold next year as the U.S. political calendar heads toward the 2024 presidential election, in which Biden said he currently intends to seek re-election. More than a dozen House Republicans appeared alongside Comer at a Wednesday press conference. Many of them staunch allies of Trump, who announced his own 2024 White House run on Tuesday. Republicans outlined the coming investigation in terms that appears to echo allegations leveled against Trump by Democrats, who investigated the business dealings of the former president and his family. Trump was impeached twice by Congress, once for allegedly pursuing Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to investigate Biden and his son ahead of the 2020 presidential election, and once over the January 6, 2021 assault on the Capitol. Trump was acquitted by by Senate Republicans both times. The looming House Oversight investigation of Biden will coincide with a House Judiciary Committee probe into allegations of political influence at the Justice Department under Biden. Comer and Representative Jim Jordan, an Ohio Republican who is expected to chair the Judiciary panel, pledged to oversee evidence-based investigations that conform to the Constitution. So I got this next section from Politico. The White House grids for combat, or grides for combat. The dark Brandon, the dark Brandon mythology may only be just beginning. The Republican narrowly taken control of the House, and Donald Trump announcing another presidential bid. President Joe Biden and aides are moving with speed to counter an anticipated barrage of right-wing attacks. For months, White House officials have been laying plans to prepare for congressional probes and possible impeachment fights. They've been coordinating with a long list of department officials and bringing on attack dogs to help them turn down Republican narratives about the administration. Presidential aide know they're coming in for uncomfortable, even deeply personal clashes over everything from the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan to migrant crossing the southern border to the Biden family itself. Now let's talk about that. So, when Biden became president and Trump had already set in place a date of when he was going to bring back all of the troops from Afghanistan, the fight of the war on terror, right? So Trump didn't get reelected back in 2020. So then Biden came into presidency in 2021. So this is what happened. Biden had a lackadaisical a very bad withdrawal from Afghanistan, to the point to where the plane that was bringing back some of our troops had people from Afghanistan hanging on to their life, most of them dropping to their deaths from the sky. He didn't do the best job of withdrawing our troops out of Afghanistan, to the point of some of those troops got left behind. This is all the while this is going on when what the hell are those so-called terrorist group name? Not ISIS, but the other one that Osama bin Laden was with. Al-Qaeda. To where Al-Qaeda took over Afghanistan. Well, some of Afghanistan, not all of it. But they took over Afghanistan. Not only that, this dumbass left our fucking weapons, trucks, tanks over there. What the fuck is wrong with this dude? What the fuck is wrong with Joe Biden, y'all? This dude did this shit. Not only that, this dude offered for, was it 50,000 of Afghanistan or Afghani people to be able to come over here. Not only that, let's get into this whole the immigrants crossing the border. He did nothing when that was going on. to the point to where some Haitians were trying to get in to America along with the Mexican people over the Rio Grande. The state of Texas basically were doing maneuvers to where they was whipping on people from horseback. So not only that, they're allowing these people to come in here. Not saying that that's a problem, but they're allowing these people to come in here. He's allowing these immigrants to have a voting base, which means that it's a possibility that these people could, since they have a voting standing now, that they'll possibly vote for Democrats since Democrats allowed them to come over here. Not only that, this dude, fucking Joe Biden, is giving these immigrants room and board at expensive hotels, to the point of to where these people were in camps, or in basically in camps, where some people say that some of the women were getting raped, some of the women, not women, some of the kids were being taken away from their mothers. Some, to the point to where there's overnight flights of where these immigrants are being taken places where they don't know where the hell they're going. Most of the time, those planes were filled with children. Does anybody else see something afoot here? If you don't, then you blind as a fucking bat. Hey, love the Democratic Party all you want. If you black, love it all you want. It's only causes you more harm in your life. Not saying you should be Republican, because as I say every time I cover a political story, I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I'm neither conservative or progressive. I'm not right, I'm not left. I'm not center. I'm none of that. I'm just a free thinker. But as a free thinker, I'm looking at all this shit and I'm sitting here like, the people who are Democrats don't see any of this bullshit going on? And y'all are fine with it? Okay. If it makes sense to you, then it makes sense to me then. Because obviously, you guys don't want anything to fucking happen. Not happen, but y'all don't want anything to be fucking done when it comes to shit like this. So, I don't know. If you like it, I love it then, right? So, let's keep going. Already incoming House committee chairs have said they will launch investigations into President's son Hunter Biden and his business dealings. Presidential aides know they're coming in for uncomfortable, even deeply personal clashes over everything. From the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan to migrant crossing the southern border to the Biden family itself, already incoming House committee chair has said they will launch investigations into President Biden's son and his business deal. I think I copied that twice. But officials and others in on the planning contend the new, tougher terrain also will create opportunities to draw contrasts with political opponents whose priorities they view as outside the mainstream and frankly extreme. They're buoyed by Democrats' surprising resilience in the midterms, and note that already Biden has been laying the groundwork by elevating the likes of Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican from Georgia. I believe she's from the 11th district, I believe. a lawmaker who not too long ago they prefer ignoring, but now increasingly sees a useful foil. The theory among several Biden aides and close White House allies is that the unending scrutiny will backfire and come to be seen purely as partisan overreach. Certainly, you need an effective rapid response operation that is ready to move on anything coming out of the Republican-controlled House. Republicans will generate news, ultimately, though, that doesn't mean they are of substance and consequence. End quote. So far, the White House has telegraphed that they plan to use a mix of direct contrast and outright dismissiveness when it comes to GOP attacks. When Biden was attacked recently about House Republican probes into his family, particularly the business dealings of his son, Hunter Biden, he quoted a former coach. "Lots of luck in your senior year," the president said. "I think the American people will look at all of that for what it is," Biden added after mentioning possible GOP attempts to impeach him for unexpected reasons. "It's just almost comedy. Look, I can't control what they're going to do." End quote by Joe Biden. So, people, if you guys haven't heard it nowhere at all, you heard it here first. Now, I'm not saying that I want this man to be impeached, but I am saying this. It would be a great thing if this man got the fuck out of office. Because not only is he fucking y'all, he's fucking me too. So, just saying. So, I will say this: we have reached the end of this this here show. So, if any of y'all would like to come up here, you can. So, with that being said, like I said, if you guys want to come up here, the link's in the description box in the blue rectangle. The only thing y'all got to do is hit it. It'll drop. It'll have the link in there. You can come up and talk. So, if you guys don't want to come up here and talk, then I will get out of here. So, how about I give y'all 2 minutes? You guys can come up. I won't have it to where a show will return. I'll just give y'all 2 minutes, and then y'all can come up here. All right. So 2 minutes. So at the 3 hour and 20 minute mark, if no one comes up, then I will end this. I like how I let the music just play, and it always matches the mood of what I'm talking about and what I'm doing. My fucking playlist is the best playlist out here right now. No one's topping my playlist when it comes to live music being played during a podcast. So I'm just saying. All right, we've reached the 3 hour and 20 minute mark. No one wants to come up, which is fine. You don't have to. If you're scared, then hey, I'm not holding anything against you other than you're scared. You're fucking scared. All right, I don't bite. You can come up and talk to me. All right. So, since I'm about to get out of here, how about I do some promotions before we go? So let's hit the theme music. All right, let's hit it. All right, so. You guys are still watching your screens, please still pay attention to the lower third. All right, that's right there. This is like share, subscribe. Also, pay attention to the ticker. Once that ticker reaches its space, which is coming up, it starts everything. So read that over as well. So in case you want to DM me about a topic you want to cover or whatever, follow me on social media. It's all there. All right. So what I have to say is, every Saturday I do this show called Marcus Speaks Live, which you're watching right now. Marcus Speaks Live consists of talk about trending and hot topics that are going on, right? So with that, I do this show and it gives you all the information that you need. Also, I do another show called Marcus Speaks Play, which comes on Saturdays at 6 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I didn't say what time this podcast comes on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you'll never forget what time I come on. You'll just have to know what day it is, and then they'll be like, "Oh, Marcus is on that show." So you'll always be caught up, and you'll never be very running straight. Excuse me, I'm burping all great. So with that, follow me on both of my YouTube channels. My first channel, which this nice podcast is being broadcasted on, is Marcus Speaks. Marcus Speaks Live is on Marcus Speaks. So that's just something to know as well. I also do Marcus Speaks Play over here, just as well as I do Marcus Speaks Play on the channel Marcus Speaks Play. Alright, both of those links are in the description box. Won't miss them. They'll be right there and say at Marcus Speaks or at Marcus Speaks Play. Alright? You'll never miss them. They're right underneath all my links linked. So if you want to follow me on my social medias, you can. I believe my Discord is in there. I don't really use Discord yet, but once I start getting old and I start having people in here, I'll start using my Discord. Alright? So if you ever would like to come up here and talk to me, you can. There will always be a link in the live chat. You guys hit the link. You can hit the link, come up and talk to me about all of the topics that I talked about that night, and we'll have a nice conversation. I'll give you at least 3 to 5 minutes to make your point or your points, and we can talk about it. Alright? Also, if you ever come up here, there are 3 rules you have to follow. Those 3 rules are: you must be on camera at all times so I can see who I'm speaking. But if you don't want to be on camera, well, that's rule number 2. Rule number 2, if you don't want to be on camera to the public, that is fine. But I still have to see you back here so I can know who I'm speaking to. There's a question back here that you guys have to answer before I bring you up. So I know if you would like to be on camera, if you would not like to be on camera. Alright? And rule number 3 is this: please silence all background noise. Alright? I don't want to hear your life in the background. Or does the audience want to hear it? So, silence all background noise. If you could, please turn me down if you got me up, or turn me off, and we can get into that conversation. Alright? So, the only thing I have left for you is, can you please like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you're new here, subscribe to both channels. But not only share this video, share my channel as well on your social media. Alright? So with that being said, I have nothing else to say other than please get to that money. You love it just like I do. Please focus on drinking more water because it's for health purposes. Also, mind your own business for mental health purposes and for your own purposes. Do your own research. This has been Marcus Speaks. I've been your host, Marcus. I'll catch you guys next Friday on Marcus Speaks Play. Peace out, y'all.